Yeah, I was looking at your video response actually to a posting, I guess, to Jaylove's, what was it? It was nice type thing, and I was actually just going through and I looked at his video, and then I looked at the responses that he got from his video. There was one that was a guy that I guess that had previous, I don't know if he had previous run-ins with him or what have you. And I listened to a lot of what he said on his video, and pretty much, even though some of the language and stuff that he used, okay, I could have did without that and stuff like that. That's the way he chooses to express himself, which is okay. But he actually made a lot of valid points in his video about, his assessment as far as the actions that Jaylove have, as far as his words, as far as him not actually watching what he say and just wanting to say what he want to say. And I give him 100%, pretty much a thumbs up on that video, because he expressed, clearly the issues that Jaylove faced. I mean, we all have issues that we face time and time again, don't get me wrong, but he actually did it, I wouldn't say in the most elegant way, but he pretty much brought it across where you knew where he was going, and pretty much the points that he made were valid and on point. On your video, I'm not trying to criticize you on your video or what have you, but I want to just kind of ask you a question. How long have you been following Jaylove on his videos? I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that I follow him been on YouTube all that long, because I, only joined YouTube back in March or so of this year. But how long have you actually really followed his videos to see exactly what he posts on a day-to-day basis that was not actually something that he would be saying out of his left butt cheek or speaking through pure ignorance? When I actually ran across that video and was listening to a lot of stuff what he said, I actually agreed with his friend, whoever his friend may be, that they really was offended by what he said. Me and Jaylove, we don't have a long history, but basically, we've exchanged emails to the point where, it started off, talking about, okay, you're writing some things, but, you're going a little bit too far on some of the things that you're saying about certain people or certain colors of black or certain racial issues, because it's like, even though he speaks what he wants to speak, he may have some validity to it, but he always ends to put himself into it, which makes the whole argument or his whole posting really a bit offensive. And he really, up until now, I hope, he really did not see that his words do really stir up strife, and it really stirs up controversy within the black race. You said something in your video about, he needs to prove himself. What is it that he needs to prove? He's already proven what he is. I mean, I'm not trying to really downgrade him or really stump on his neck for what he's going through or what have you, but, things happen for a reason. People, like I told him in the last or the previous video, people are starting to open up and really realize the type of person that he is. Maybe not everybody actually see that, and maybe some people just tend to see, him as a quote-unquote leader who's speaking on the truth and the facts about the black community. But I still agree and stand by my decision and my assessment on what I said to him about him in the past, and even right now to the present, that he still lacks creativity. He still needs to step it up, and basically, like I said, if this is his last video that he posts, then you know what, it is what it is. Me personally, I think it's a good thing, because if you don't have anything positive or creative or uplifting to bring to the table to help unify and edify, which he says he does, then basically you need to shut up and sit down and just let the other people do what they got to do. I'm tired of people getting up on here defending him as if he is some sort of saint that, that knows all the issues and the corrections and all the answers to what the black people go through. And like I say, I am not trying to jump on your bandwagon, because, like I said, this is YouTube. You're free to, post anything that you want. But, it's like I couldn't help but kind of realize and try to see, the quote-unquote props that you're giving him. I mean, he wants to get closer to God. That is always a good thing. That is a very good thing. And really, I hope and pray that he really does develop a relationship with God. Because some of the stuff that came out of his mouth about, the stuff that he's not only called me as an individual, but that he's also called the black race. He talked about the women, calling them bitches and whores, and I don't usually say those type of words, but, God will forgive me for that, because that is not how I talk. But I just want you to understand some of the stuff that he said in the past, and basically his MO, or his mode of operation on what he does, is that if he feels that he's being coming under attack by many people, then he wants to come up here and post a video about, this is it, this is my last video. How many times have he done that? I mean, have you actually followed him on his videos to see how many times he's done that? He's done that time and time again. So basically, this video about it was nice, to me, it really doesn't really register that it really means anything. I mean, because basically it's like I've gotten immune to it, and it really doesn't mean anything, because basically, it's like his words go in one ear and come out the other, because it's like he's just talking out of his butt cheek again. I may be wrong, and maybe he really do, or maybe really have learned how to craft his words in this instant, which I really do hope. But sad to say, I really don't think he has. I mean, like I say, this may be another ploy that he may use to gain subscribers. And if that's what he wants to do, then fine, you know, whatever. What it is, what it is. But like I say, a lot of people already know what type of person Jaylove is. The smart people may have done what his light-skinned friend did, which is kick him to the curb and leave him alone and let him be. But see, you got some of those, you know, that still somehow want to keep his ignorance going by sitting up there and patting him on the back and saying, oh, it's okay, you know, I agree with you, black people are hopeless and this, that, and the other. When you don't even know, he's even calling you stupid and hopeless to your face, but you're too dumb to realize it. You know, I appreciate your video, you know, that you made in response to him, you know, and your words are encouraging in that sense, you know, but yet still, it really is invalid, because basically he's going to do what he wants to do. It wouldn't surprise me if he posts a video maybe before the weekend or whatever, or maybe next week, going over the same issues about stuff that he's posted previously. I guess it's because he's a partner with YouTube or whatever, and that's fine. If that's the way he got to make his money, I'm not going to down him for that, because we all got to live in this day and economy. But one thing about it is that it's how you deliver your message to the people that's going to determine how the people are going to react. They're going to either support you, or they're going to tell you, you know what, he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, he needs to shut up. I mean, like I say, it is what it is. You know, you posted your video, and I'm posting mine in response to you. You know, you made, you know, valid issues, but it's just the fact that, you know, it kind of caught my ear when you said that he needs to prove himself. To me, he's already proved himself. He's already proved to me what he is and what he stands for. I mean, and I'm not saying that I'm anybody that's up there or holier than thou, because I'm not. But speaking as a fellow black person to another black person, which I have done many times before, he tends to take what I say as offensive because he does not understand, or that I talk to him in an intelligent adult manner. He looks at that as being offensive. And then he jumps off and uses his four-letter words, calling me all types of things. That is a sign of immaturity. So if you want somebody to come back and prove themselves by showing more of their immaturity, then you go right ahead. Because that kind of questions me about the type of person that you are. But like I say, this is YouTube, you know, and you are free to post anything you want to, as I. You know, but I'm not going to prolong this video, but like I said, you know, I want to actually get your point on this, because this is something that really is very interesting to know. Like I say, you know, if that's his last video, then good. We need to move on and go and try and do some more stuff. But like I say, you know, I doubt it. He'll be back on here, like I say, maybe within the next couple of days, even if not later today or whatever, posting another video that is cut completely out of left field, speaking out of his left butt cheek, which he is known for. Alright, peace, love, I'm out.